say that I'm being sort of hypocritical here. I didn't. However, a number of my friends did. I know it was an extremely valuable experience to them. The International Dimensions in Management course, they may have had a different title when I was here, I'm not sure. But I did take that course. It was a fantastic experience. Our class went to China. And so we were in Beijing, Shanghai, and Nanjing. And so for those of you who have the opportunity, I would definitely do it. I guess my greatest takeaway is just that not only did I improve my skill set, but I also expanded my network of potential contacts. And I know that it's sort of a continuously giving back thing. It's like the more active I am, both in terms of work and with school as an alumni, I get more from it.
Megan won the case competition, by the way, so she can talk about it. I'll just say, for me, my biggest takeaway is I've worked on lots of small teams in my old jobs, but going back to business school is a very team-oriented kind of, especially at Kogod, a very team-oriented atmosphere. Especially going to GBA next year, I'm really looking forward to, again, working on a team. And I would say the types of skills and the things you learn about yourself when you're working closely with other people and both of your grades depend on something is invaluable, especially when you're going out and interviewing, because they're going to ask you, tell me about experience where you were a leader or when you were a part of a team, and what did you learn, and what were the challenges. And I think for me, being, after my first year, I have learned a lot about being on teams and challenges and, what kinds of things I bring to a team and where I'm kind of lacking and need help. So that was my big takeaway.
One of my major takeaways was not being afraid to challenge yourself and step outside of your comfort zone, because Kogod offers you all these opportunities academically as well as extracurricularly, and it's a very safe space to do this, and then being comfortable with doing that in the real world, in your professional work, I found to be very valuable.
I know I've said this already, but the size of the program for me is huge. It's so much smaller than other MBA programs, and I think that a big takeaway for me has been utilizing that small size of program. Get to know everybody in the program, take advantage of those unique opportunities that pop up because there are so few people in your program, so the case competition, stuff like that. Opportunities that you have to shine where you might get lost in a crowd elsewhere, and also with the alumni network. It's, again, the size is taking advantage of the opportunity that you have, that you're one of 60 people versus one of 400 people.
I was going to say that being at school and going through the past 2 years has really changed the way I approach problems and work to solve them. I have a different way of looking at things now, especially in a work setting that I didn't have before, and I can't exactly put my finger on what caused that, but it's been really nice. And when I came into school, I really didn't like being in front of crowds. This seems pretty small, but now I'm giving the commencement speech, so that's been wonderful. And also, I don't think anyone's mentioned this specifically, but I was new to DC, and I have a lot of friends here now. And my friend, because it's such a diverse program, the people I hang out the most are a guy from Kathmandu and a Spanish guy. So that's been a lot of fun too.
Well, I'm not quite at the end of my journey yet, so I've had about 2 years. So, but sort of reflecting back on this first year, the thing I'm kind of taking away is that I have a whole. I don't have a business background. I studied the TV, the crazy media person, and I now have a whole new vocabulary. I have a whole new way of looking at the world, and it was almost from day one. I had, last semester was management accounting, and you initially thought like, oh my gosh, I'm going to take accounting. However, is that going to be useful? I don't want to be an accountant, but overall, it just you just kind of learn and you get the vocabulary and a new way of filtering things. And so I'm at work, and something comes up in a meeting, and then it comes up in class the next day, and there's this immediate connection. And so already I feel like I'm using the things that I'm learning. And then also, Arlene will talk about it a little bit later, but the KCCD has actual class that they cater for you about career management. What do you want for yourself, and do you know yourself, or do you not know yourself, and where do you want to go, and where are you? reaffirmed for me that I already know who I am for the most part and what I want to do, and that this is the right place and the right time and the right program for me and my career path and kind of where I want to go. So it was a nice affirmation to kind of realize that I'm here and this is where I belong. And it's great.
I have 30 seconds on it, maybe even 15. I can crush it down.
Sure.
The one thing I forgot to mention, to peel back the veneer a little bit, not everything is perfect. And one thing about working in groups that I've known to be the best benefit is when you get stuck in a group that may be great people,